It's going to be a long season. Hello everybody, welcome back to Moneyball. Right, so off camera, been a disaster, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a disaster. Wow. It's going to be entertaining to see if we can stay up because we've not played that many tough teams and find ourselves in the bottom three. So today's episode, we're going to play Manchester City at home, Southampton away. 3 points would be nice if we can just beat Southampton away, or 2 draws would probably be okay, considering how things have gone. Yeah, off camera, it's been a disaster. I can't really explain why it's so bad. Against Liverpool now, I don't know how much of it you would have seen in what I cut up in the highlights, but Liverpool absolutely destroyed us. They had about, 4 highlights before they actually scored in the 8th minute. You know, it was in the 8th minute when they actually scored. And then after that, it went away. And then after that, they sort of stopped. So my only conclusion to that is that the manager should have, or must have, changed his mentality and his tactics a little bit for them to not bother attacking us anymore. So that's the only explanation I have for that, ladies and gentlemen. So because after that we conceded 4, then we conceded 4, and then we conceded 3. So it's not been going great. I might have to change mentality. I might have to drop it. That's something that I'm considering. But it's nice to have finally Ryan Yates back. We've got a lot of players out for this game, though. Piero's out, Aina's out, Bowler's out, and so is Theo. Theo, look at that. Average rating 6.16. What an awful signing he has been so far. I still think, although the centre-backs is currently an issue, the strikers are also just frustrating because I still can't find ones that I really like. I don't know who's really the best. Josh, Kyle, and Navarro are so bad in the air that it's very hard to justify them playing at the moment, especially when we counter-attack so much, and quite often we're getting pinned back. Everybody's back except for the 2 strikers. We have to hit them on the counter, and the match engine just tends to like to hit it long and in the air. So, yeah, it's probably going to have to be... Ben Diaz is going to get a few starts in a row now. Hopefully he'll do all right. Carlin Grant's probably going to start up front with him, and Callum Robinson will probably go onto the wing for a little bit, got some injuries and stuff, so we'll give that a go. Also, look at the centre-backs. If I just get these all in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4. Matt Clark hasn't really played, so it's not really about him. But look at the other 3. Headers 1 ratio. Diogo's really bad for being in the air, so that's interesting. Interceptions per 90, it's about average actually, isn't it? Tackles. So now looking at the tackles per game, and the other 2, and tackle win ratio, now it suggests to me that he is the one that needs to get out of the team. And then Marvin and Ardian should play together. That's what I'm looking at there. And team conceded per 90 is, I suppose it's both quite high, but Marvin's got the lowest. So looking at that, headers 1 per 90 is the lowest ratio. That's significantly worse. Like, what do we even need for this? Premier League centre-back stats, we're looking at headers 1 per 90, 11, but headers 1 ratios we're looking for 83%. He's on 74. Get out. Diogo, get out, mate. You're done. Thank you for your efforts, but you're done. Oh, no, not Jed Steering, got left centre back. No, we don't want that. We're not that brave. Yeah, that's what we want. So, yeah, then Ardian goes into centre back. Okay, so that's an improvement. Everywhere else, I'm not going to spend too much time looking at every single position right this second because we have so many players out that it doesn't even matter. We can't even play some of the players we'd like. I'm going to look at the wingers because I'm actually curious to see how the wingers have done. I've not really looked at this yet. I mean, Che Nunley, for somebody who's quick, doesn't really dribble very much. Isaiah Jones probably deserves a go because he dribbles quite a lot. His cross percentage is high. His chance creation isn't too bad. Much better than that. So I think actually judging this, I'm probably going to give Isaiah Jones a go. Che Nunley another go at left wing. I did have Callum Robinson there a second ago, but I don't know. I'm not totally convinced. But yeah, Jacob Brown's been absolutely dreadful. So we'll see how this goes. 2 players and 0% win percentage. That is not good. Ryan Yates has been missing, though. He's finally back into the team. So we'll see how this all goes. That's me, the team. That's going to be Joe Lemley in goal, who has let in some absolutely horrendously bad goals. If he lets in another one, he's gone. Like, they're the ones where we saw it last season when it's sort of cut back and it's shot from distance. It's not even a thunderball and it still goes in. Joe Lumley's still getting that, so might have to take him out. But anyway, it's going to be Lumley in goal, at least for now. Casper right back with Marvin and Ardian at centre back with Nicolas Fernandez left back, our South American Argentinian central fielder who can play left back. Bradley Dack, Ryan Yates in the middle with Isaiah Jones and Nunley on the wings, and then Colin Grant and Ben Diaz up front. This is a huge episode. Assistant manager says, got them pretty wrong. I might sack him if we keep losing. Just get a motivator in there. Now, I just noticed they've got Simeone Inzaghi as manager, and that's a good thing because he plays a big three at the back and normally doesn't do too well in the Premier League. Chance. It's a really given field, though, but we've got a chance here. Come on, boys. We are so heavily favoured at home, it's unreal with our tactic. But I'd almost prefer to play Man City at home than West Ham away. That's how bad it is. Which means I probably should change it away from home, shouldn't I? That's what that means. Actually, it might just change to like positive or balanced away from home. You have a throw and they play it to Grealish, go through. Surely Grealish, yep, scores 1-0 City. That's not a good start. Oh dear. Silva has it, plays into Grealish. Grealish dribbles through. He's going to play it back to Bernardo Silva, far post. Erling Haaland, yes, lovely's got that, loves it. We're going to pay out from the back, nice and easy. Oh my God. Right, then we get up to Carlin Grant. Oh, Bradley. I mean, there's a time and a place for that sort of two-footed assault from behind, and that wasn't it. Kick to Bruyne, 2-0. Free kick to City again. This has been another goal, wasn't it? Seen those free kicks before? Right. I tried to do a squad team talk before the game, and it said there was not a reason to do one. So, I mean, not sure who's telling me that. So they keep working hard. Oh, they're not liking it. Yeah. Jamie Vardy? They just brought Jamie Vardy off the bench. Okay. I guess we press our better players at this point, really. Carlin Grant, get yourself in the bath, mate. Better players left. Ryan Yates will just come back from injury. You can get yourself off and back. This isn't your fault. And, wow. Don't think anybody else deserves the rest of the day. I guess Adrian, Matt Clark, get yourself a game, Matt. Ben Diaz, yeah, no chance. Ole for City, Grealish has it, plays it back to Nelson, Laporte, Rodrigo. Yeah, they can keep the ball nice and easier at City. Disappointing, really, because I thought with their tactic and with their team, we could have had a chance for in a bit of form. Yeah, definitely food for thought, though, away from home. Mentality could change. Roles and duties, I'm not too sure about. Definitely a mentality switch, I think. I don't know if I'll do it this game coming up against Southampton. I might try and do a squad team talk before and keep it the same. And then if we lose that, then I'll look to do something different away from home because we can't afford to keep getting smashed. Like, this is another 3 goals again. I know it's a red card, but we can't afford to keep getting smashed. I don't care about the goal difference in the league, although that could be a factor. It's more about just the form morale. Like, yeah, we need to come on a little team event, you know, let's take him to the museum or something. I don't know. Can't do anything too strenuous because, you know, sports scientists will have our heads on a block if we take him. Oh, there we go. Chinani scores 3-1. Like, stats-wise, the XG is actually in our favour, which is 10 men against 11 for so long. That's really good. Like, that's a lot of positive things. It's just, we need something to go our way. We need one result to go our way and then win a couple that we're expected to win and we're going to be fine. But morale can stop that happening quite a lot in FM, so we'll see what happens. All this highlight's going to be. It's going to be another highlight for us if they pass it straight to us here. Go on. Oh. Yeah, no, ain't going to happen it. They're in, surely. Ew, missed it. At least we didn't get absolutely smashed in the game. That's the only positive I can take from that. But I'll say, proud of your efforts, although they ain't going to like that. I do one now, team meeting? Yes, I can. Right, okay. Going to say encourage. Yeah, there we go. That one always works. Well, it gets them all up. I don't know if it works in terms of us actually going to get a result. There is at least 8 days to the next game, which means everybody's going to be fully fit, which is good. So I'll see you in 8 days for the Southampton game. We'll get some of our players back in. Some of the changes will be self-explanatory. But yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. See you in a second for the game. So Ralph Hasenhüttl before the game said he's going to exploit our leaky defence. So Tina's going to be Lumley in goal. Aina, Marvin, Ardian and Theo at the back with Yates and Mercauer in the middle with Jones, Nunny on the left. With Jones and Nunny on the wings and then Grant and Diaz up front. Now, I hope that we get a good performance here in this game and we get a result. I'm going to stick on attacking at the start, but then we'll see how it goes after that. Mercauer's got a 0% win ratio. That is not good. He's the only player with 0, I think. Well, technically, Bradley Dack's got one. Matt Clark, I'm not going to count because it was a sub appearance. We get an absolutely massive game, lads. Come on, Barnsley. Here we go. Assistant manager says, everybody expects us to lose here, so prove them wrong. There's no pressure on us. Love that. After the team meeting, we did have a team meeting, didn't we? So we'll see. Away from home, we haven't been great. Do you think we'd have competed against City at home? I really do, if we hadn't got on to 10 men. And that's with us woefully out of form. Like, we've got a good chance. We drew at Liverpool at home. We could have drawn against City, I think, at home. So we've got a chance as long as we're good at home. But it's games like this away from home, if we can stop turning these into defeats and big defeats, like we're giving them a few chances early on. And our strikers are so far out of form, it's not helping. If our light's coming up to half-time, still going up to half-time. It's going to be 0-0 at half-time, the looks of it. It is 0 highlights, right. This might not believe and say, but the fans do got and did them proud. I always thought this one does okay, this team talk. You've got to be in a bit of bad form, I think, for that to be an option. Jones has it, plays to Aina, to Colin Grant, to Ryan Yates, who's got it, plays it back to Aina, to Jones. Come on, boys. Yates plays it to Aina. He's got a few options, and he does like the one thing you can't do, Aina. What are you doing? You're not Danny Alves. Then the corner puts it in, it's headed clear, and Broad Price ain't going to dribble with this, is he? Surely not. Oh, we bring him down. Change, I think Azar Jones got to come off, and we're going to throw on, or who do we do this? Who do we throw on? Callum Robinson. I'm going to throw you on the right wing, I think. No, I'm not. None you can go on the right, you can go on the left. We'll do that. And I think Carlin Grant maybe needs to come off, and let's throw on Josh Coyote. Or Fran Navarro. He did come on against Liverpool and get a few chances, didn't he? We started actually against Liverpool. Highlight late on Robinson, Coyote back to Mercal. Just get in the box, Mercal. What are you doing? Penalty referee, come on! Here we go, surely. I don't know who's going to take it. I've done the list just based on whoever was top to bottom. Oh, I don't know who's going to take it. This is a huge moment in the series, Moneyball series. This could be us staying up or not. It's going to be Fran Navarro. Oh, no. Oh, and he's missed it. I'm devastated. Oh, Navarro's got a chance and he's missed it. Callum Robinson, come on! There we go. Barnsley Football Club, I love it. I've got to be honest with you. I was not expecting that. I mean, especially as I was sort of like looking back at the camera, I saw Fran Navarro go with a big header. He's just straight at the keeper, of course he does. He's absolutely useless. And then Callum Robinson says, don't worry, boss, I got you. I got this. I'm a striker out on the wing. 1-0 to Barnsley. Oh, let's watch this again. Love this. So Fran Navarro does his best to be a Southampton player. There you go, standard, have one of those. Just give it to somebody who can play from that Fran Navarro, because you definitely can. Callum Robinson says, I got this, boss. Thank you, Callum. You're a legend. 1-0. And, oh, it's already time gone, surely. Here we go. Time wasted, get up. Come on. Come on. Why is there a highlight referee? Yes, what a result, boys. Come on. We needed that. That is brilliant. Absolute scenes here against Southampton. I absolutely love it. Oh, wow. Yes, we end the streak. Wasn't quite the Undertaker streak, but it was close. Oh, beautiful. I love that. I love those moments in FM. They're rare, and quite often in this series, I felt like those have been going against us, those sort of games, but wow, we needed that. That was amazing. And I don't think they had a single highlight all game. All of a sudden, we were reinvigorated. Maybe because of the squad team talk a little bit. And also, we had some crucial players. But Ryan Yates is essential to this team. He's brilliant. And we looked at, if you remember in the stats, of all the central forwards we looked at, he was by far the best in the championship for all the things we looked at. So he comes into our tactic and he's just fit and hit the ground running immediately. He's better as our pivot player because he was really brought in as a CDM. But it just shows that if somebody's out, whatever happens, he has to play in the team. And if he has to go as the box-to-boxer, I think we'll use him now as the backup because Bradley Dack obviously is useless and just going to be no good to us. And unfortunately, Bradley, if you're watching, I'm sorry, mate, but Premier League isn't for you in this series anyway. So next time central forward is out, which is Piero, Ryan Yates will go box-to-box and we'll put somebody else as a destroyer in midfield. So that's what we'll do going forwards. But that's an unbelievable result. And despite Theo's best efforts to get us relegated here on a 6.23 average rating, we're doing all right. Ben Diaz did bits and pieces. Like, we're just not really good enough up front. All of them have a flaw that holds us back. But like Fran Navarro can't score. Just hits the keeper every time. Ben Diaz doesn't really get involved. I think it's because of this. I just don't like the comes deep to get ball. He's got runs with ball often, but I don't know what his dribbling is going to be like. So, yeah, big result and win for us. Isaiah Jones, Nunley played pretty well in that game as well. I was quite pleased with them. Like, when I say play well, I'm not expecting 7.4s because we're a team at the bottom of the league, or towards the bottom, and woefully out of form. Just like, there's those little things, right? Seeing them get a 6.8 or a 7.0, just those little things, they're putting in the performances there. So, that was really good. Good stuff, boys. Right. Wow. Lifeline thrown. We've been given a lifeboat on the Titanic, I think a little bit there. That was unbelievable. Right. So then, right. I think we'll definitely skip a few games. And there's another international break coming up. So we've got a look at this one. Yeah, this is what I was waiting for. I knew this was coming. I'm just thinking out loud here, but could we do like a winter special? I don't really do this very often, but we could do like a longer episode. I could do all these off camera, and we could just do a longer episode with all 4 of these games here. Chelsea, United, Tottenham, Arsenal. We could do 4 of those in one episode. Oh, and there's City after. Jesus Christ. I don't know. I'm thinking of doing because it'll be a lot to catch up on anyway. No, that's probably going to be too long to do all 4. What I might do, actually, is I might do Chelsea United. I think next episode we'll do Chelsea United, whatever happens. And then if they give us more money to spend, because our finances are going up and up, like we were in the red, now we're already at this, they may give me more money to spend in January. And if they do give me more money to spend between now and these games here, we'll come back for Arsenal and City, which is only the couple of games after. And the reason is because we'll be negotiating for players again, and we'll then start to go through our stats again and stuff like that. But I'll try and push them for some more money in early December, so it gives us time to start getting some scouts out on players, because we've got a lot more scouts now. I might just also bring in 2 or 3 scouts that they're just to scout players, so they don't really have their own assignments already. So yeah, that's probably going to be the plan. But anyway, whatever happens, next episode is going to be Chelsea at home, United away. So we'd have played the 3 games in November, plus a load of games at the start of December. If we're in trouble at the start of the next episode, we are in trouble full stop, because that's going to be our opportunity to get out the relegation zone is here. But good to win a game away from home. Like, you've got to hope that's a win. And you've got to hope then that follows that with a win. Avoid defeat there, get a win there. Avoid defeat there, get a draw there, and we'll be all right. But we'll see. I thought we'd be okay at the start of the season. We weren't, so this is going to be a roller coaster of a season, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be unbelievable. I'm enjoying this so much. Just thank you again to everybody. This series is the best thing that I've ever done on Football Manager, especially with content. I love it so much. And I also love the fact that everybody else loves it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's something that I always had in my head as an idea, as a big fan of Moneyball and the system of Moneyball, going back to my love and following of baseball those years ago. And then the film obviously made it loads better, because the film is just brilliant, by the way. So yeah, I always wanted to do something like this, and what pleased me so much is that it's caught on so well to everybody else. So just thank you and it couldn't have happened without every single one of you watching this right now. So thank you to every single one of you. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for all the subscriptions recently. I think since this series has started until the last time I checked, it's gone from like, I think 590 something to over 1,000 within the first like 15 episodes. So absolutely incredible. So thank you to every single one of you. I can't thank you enough. I love this series. I love you all. I'll see you next time.